So please.
Yay. Hello, everybody. Nice to see you. So we've got a chat today on Pinterest with the lovely Sarah Hobbs. Sarah looks after my Pinterest post for me because I find it a bit strange, but maybe maybe she'll convince me that it is something I could actually do, but I'm not sure about that. Anyway, Sarah knows all about Pinterest. So I'm going to spotlight you, Sarah.
Okay.
And you can share whenever, whatever you want.
Okay.
And we are now recording. Excellent. Over to you.
Right. Hi, everyone. I'll just try and share my presentation first. No. Anyone else have this problem?
I've just used it to present. There we go.
Oh, yeah. Now, yes, right. Right. So, stops over here. So, yes. So, I'm going to tell you a bit about Pinterest today, and hopefully that will help you understand a bit more about how it works and how it can help you and your business. So first, I'll just give a very brief introduction to me, and then I'll go through what Pinterest actually is and who uses it, why it's good to use for your business, some good to know differences between Pinterest and other social media channels or platforms, ways you can use it for your own business, some ideal copy ideas, Pinterest strategy, and I think that's probably enough for today. So, okay, right. So, I'm Sarah, and I help small businesses save time and tears on social media and websites. So, I offer Pinterest, social media management, Instagram, Facebook. I help businesses with social media strategy. I do website design on WordPress. And I help businesses with things like online marketing, linking the websites up to things like MailerLite or whichever mailing system they want to use. How I got to meet Carol and Paula was I joined Tech Pixies in November 2010 because I was trying to sort of launch a craft and handmade soap business, and I had no idea about social media. But then I came to realise that my genius point was probably more helping people tech rather than making soaps and other crafty things. And so I've got through Tech Pixies, I've got social media management CPD, and then I also specialised in Pinterest with another training company called Social Giraffe. And I've got this summer I got their sort of professional Pinterest manager CPD. And I've also been working with WordPress for over 4 years, trying to start up my own websites for soaps and other crafts and various weird blog things that I've never done anything else with. And before all of that, I used to work for a big company that offered warehouse management systems, computing systems to large retailers like for example, Waitrose, where I think I might have seen Carol. We think we've seen each other before somewhere, so probably Waitrose. And I did that for 25 years, and I was a software engineer, worked on the help desk, consultant, technical trainer, project manager, and spent a lot of time up the M1 and M6 and stuff. But I did actually go to China and Australia at some stage. So really, I've been helping people with technical problems for decades now. And spent a lot of time explaining technical gubbins and bits and pieces to non-technical people. So that's me. So if we start off with what Pinterest is, so people think of it as being like part of the social media packages that are available like Instagram and Facebook, but actually really it's a visual search engine. So it's more like the love child between Google and Instagram. So people are looking for an attractive image on the screen or phone, but actually it's based on searches, which is different to sort of Instagram really. So there's an app for mobiles, which has got different tabs for things like the mobile app's got different tabs for things like watching video. So in some ways it's sort of competing with Instagram and Reels, things like that. And it's got a website where you still get a feed. So it's got a search format, so you can search for whatever you're looking for. And it's also got a home feed. So this is where the algorithm behind the scenes has been looking at what you've been searching for over the time, or you may put some preferences in, and that sort of shows you what it thinks you're interested in. You can buy products by clicking on the links on Pinterest, and a lot of people use it for things like inspiration, for visual things like interior designs, or crafts and things like that. So I'm just trying to move my bar in the way. Okay, and it has a lot of downloadable resources. So a lot of people put free resources on there as well. And so what typically your pin, as it's a post, is called a pin on Pinterest. So what it usually looks like is, so you've got this image on the right hand side, and you've got a title, a description, and then also be a link to a web page. And this is where it differs quite a lot from other social media platforms, because they try to discourage people from going off site and sharing links and things like that. So who uses Pinterest? So about 1 in 4 adults use Pinterest globally, and there are over 400 million active monthly users. It tends to be females using Pinterest, and some research was done, and it turns out that over 66% of humans prefer to do visual searches rather than word searches, like it comes up in a list like Google. Pinterest attracts planners, so people who like to plan in advance, people who want to learn new skills, people looking to solve problems, whether that's finding out how to solve something they're interested in. It's renowned for having good teaching resources for teachers, and as you're probably aware, it's very, very popular with the craft and design areas, and inspiration and hobbies. And since the pandemic started, starting a business, starting your own small business has been very much a trending subject on Pinterest. So why use it for your business? So one of the biggest differences that the pins, the posts you put on there, are evergreen. So they're there forever. It's not like on Facebook where you put something up there and then it just disappears after a period of time. It's there forever. So if someone searches for the content that you put on your pin, then it could be found. The users on Pinterest are there to discover. So some people are just looking for, say, new fashion ideas or new craft ideas, things to make them happy and distract them from work. And the pins and the ads are not disruptive. So people are already there looking to solve something. They're not there like on Facebook just trying to see posts from their friends or their family. So actually the pins, they're there, people are there to discover anyway. So anything that pops up is not disruptive to them. They were looking to discover anyway. Pinterest users are sort of known to take action more, so they're more likely to buy or make a decision or take action from whatever they see on the platform. And as I mentioned before, web links are allowed, which is a big bonus compared to, say, Facebook, which allows you to put links in but doesn't give you as much reach, or Instagram, where you can put a link in but you just can't click on it, which is really frustrating. Some other good to know differences between the other social media platforms is that, as I said, Pinterest is evergreen, but it's slower to get attraction. So if, say, well, a good example is Christmas. Carol has some free Christmas decoration crochet patterns. So rather than wait to December, we actually started doing pins for those back in July, basically, because it takes a while for them to sort of go in and get seen, and sort of likes to think about things, and then when people start searching, it will start popping up in their searches. Pinterest is very much a positive and inclusive environment. So it's not like Twitter at all, where people are nasty to each other. It's renowned for being nice and treating people, people treat each other with respect. But it does mean like hard sell might not work. So often a softly nurturing approach is best for your strategy. So Pinterest doesn't use hashtags, say like Instagram. It's all about the keywords that people are going to search by. So you can, when you're doing searches yourself, you can put 1 or 2 words in, and then it's a bit like Google. It would drop down and you can see a whole list of related searches. So that's how people find things, which means that you need to have those keywords in your titles and your descriptions and your image on your pins. All accounts are equal. So search results just find the pins which are related to whatever you search for. So it doesn't matter if it's branded or something like that. It's not like Facebook, where all the ads come up and you don't see much from small businesses. Pins are saved to boards. So it's a board's a bit like a folder. So if you think of like having folders and how you organize things, maybe on your laptop or something like that, then this is pins are the way to organize boards are the way to organize your Pinterest content, and also to include the keywords in the boards as well. And Pinterest is an independent floated company, so it's completely separate to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Google, Microsoft. If you're sort of looking, if you're getting a bit fed up with the big corporations, Pinterest is a nice one to use. It's a bit different. So the metrics on Pinterest are it's not about followers, which is often how people see Instagram or Facebook. It's about monthly views or impressions, the amount of engagement you get, which you can see on the analytics pages, the number of times people click on your pins. Outbound clicks means it's how often they click on the link from your pins to go to your website, and saves as well are also a really good metric. Right, so how to use Pinterest for your business. So to have an effective social media Pinterest strategy, you need to have a lot of web pages. So if you think about what you have on your website, so you could have blogs. So that's a really good way of write an interesting blog, then do some pins on it, put the keywords in the pins, do some nice images for it, and then you can drive traffic to your blogs, and then somewhere on your blog or at the bottom of your footer or something like that, have an option to join your mailing list, or maybe a link from the blog to some other of your services. If you have products, so say, I think patterns might be one that some of this community have. So you do need your own website to be able to point those pins to them. So you could have Shopify or say WordPress if WooCommerce on it, and you can link straight to your products from your pins. And also there's something called Verified Merchant, which we've recently done for Carol, because we've got the new WordPress website, and with a plugin that all worked really well. And I've also helped someone else with Shopify and link Shopify to Pinterest, and that worked really well as well. And that way it's easy to become a verified merchant, and then your anything of your products on is going to get probably more views on it as well. Okay. So another way to drive traffic to your website is to offer lead magnets, which is where you have a really useful document, and you have a landing page for it, and people have to give you their email address in order to get the document. So, if you've got, say, like a checklist or something that's going to help people solve a problem, then that's a really useful resource to offer on Pinterest, and those are very popular and work really well. And I know for Carol, we've got quite a few free patterns that we use that methodology on, and that can grow the list quite rapidly if you can find something niche and popular. like coronation bunting, for example. And so then, you know, you drive all the traffic to your website, and you try and get people's mailing addresses, and then use your email list to tell people about any offers you've got. You know, use your email list to keep your potential clients warm, engaged, and nurtured. Right. And so having done Pinterest for a few years now, for a variety of different accounts, I can definitely say using your own images makes a huge difference. So rather than use Canva images, which Pinterest has seen a million times and is a bit bored with, and if you use your own images with text on them, then your account will do much better. So popular copy ideas to go on your images, because people like looking for solutions and want to have their problems solved. Things like how to achieve something, so many steps, so many easy steps to do something, a beginner's guide to something, X mistakes to avoid, top 10 things. So many ideas to do something, how I, followed by a transformational statement, and X hacks to solve a problem. Those are all sort of good beginning copy ideas to get going on Pinterest. So for a Pinterest strategy, you really have to be consistent. So you probably need to make the decision whether how often you want to put on Pinterest. So you need to do it at least once a day as a minimum. And some people say to get the optimum, you'd like do 3 pins a day, 3 brand new pins a day. That's known as a fresh pin. And then there's a concept called repinning. So that's where you've put it's the same image, title, description that you've used before on one board, but you actually pin it to a different board. So you can do that as well, but you do have to keep lots of spreadsheets and notes to make sure, to understand what you're pinning when and where. You can also pre-schedule now on Pinterest natively for up to 28 days, which is great, because it used to just be 2 weeks, which was really frustrated, and people used to use alternative apps like Tailwind to sort of go further into the future scheduling, but now it's up to 28 days, so that's a bonus. And then you also need to think about what boards, folders you're going to have, and have the keywords that people are going to look for in these board names. That's something else you need to think about. And the format, so there's a standard image pin, so that's where you just got a non-moving image, the title, description, and the web link. You've also got video pins, so you can upload those in the same place, and that's where you have a short video with a title, description, a web link, and then there's also you can add tags to that, and that's a bit like they've got certain categories, so you can keep a list of those in a spreadsheet and then just copy them in and click on them. And then there's also this idea pin popped up a few years ago, and that's changed again recently, because nothing stays the same in social media. So it started off being a bit like an Instagram story. And if you're on mobile, you can pretty much treat it like that, because you can add multiple pages to it. But if you're on the work desktop now, you can only add one video, one image. But they, if you add videos, then they tend to appear quite quickly in the watch tab on the mobiles. And they're pretty similar to the videos. Got title, description, link, and tags, but they've also got a section where you can put notes, supplies, or ingredients. So if you were doing a tutorial on something, you could click on the supplies option and put things like yarn or knitting needles or something like that, or if you're doing food, you can put the ingredients on there. Oh, So also some other top tips are need to make sure you have a business account to I think by law or all their regulations or terms and conditions, if you're a business, you need to have a business account, and then that gives you the options to add ads or add extra information as well as do the analytics. So you can claim your account, which means you have to link it to your website or websites. Using Canva really helps. So if say I was doing three sets of 7 pins, so every week, so I'm going to put 3 sets in, three pins a day. So for the first pin, say, it's not like you have to create something from scratch 7 times a week or something like that. So this is just to show you. So if this is like one image idea, and then you can vary it with all these different variations, and those all count as different image pins. And then you could also vary the titles and the description slightly as well. And then that would give you, without completely going from scratch every single time, you've actually made 7 pieces of content quite easily, just do slight variation. So that's how Pinterest managers manage to do so many pins for their clients, because they're doing all these slight different variations on it. I didn't put it in here, but actually keeping the changing the website URLs that your pins are going to, keeping that really varied, that also helps your strategy as well to get more views. And then that's it. So has anyone got any questions? I've talked really fast again. I always do that.
I've got one question, because my Pinterest account is my personal one currently. I don't have a business one because it just never occurred to me that I was meant to have a business one, and I wasn't using it. And so like it's got, ideas for birthday cakes and things on it. So, can you just make a new one just to a different email address?
Yes, you can.
Right.
Oh, I'm spotlighted. I can't see. Can you take me on the
No.
I'll unspotlight
Yes,
you.
yeah. That's all right. Yeah. So, hi, Karen.
Hello.
So I think you might be able to convert. Depends how much work it is. You might be able to convert your existing one, and then hide all the stuff you saved so far. You can hide a board from people looking at it. But then if you have got a business email address, you maybe start with a new business account with that, and then it's nice and separate as well.
Yeah. I don't want to overcomplicate it, so I'll have a look at whether I can hide it or stuff, because it's where I pin things to show my husband what I want the house to look like once we've finished destroying and rebuilding it. So that's like,
my personal one was a bit like that.
we have a shared boards where I go, right, this is what I want you to build for me.
Maybe have you got a business email yet?
Yeah. I've got like a billion email addresses.
I maybe start, and then I suppose you could always, like, have you done any pinning to attract people to your business?
I have a few, but I need to, I think my profile picture and stuff is not reflective of me. I think I wear a stick-on mustache in my profile photo, so I need to make it a little more to my business standards. I'll do one or the other. Thank you.
So start afresh, and then you can
need to.
Sorry?
Might need to, Thank you.
And then you can sort of have a clean sweep and make sure it's nice and branded. And also have you got a website yet? So you need to do the claiming for that. I think there's 3 options to do that when you click on it.
Okay.
So that you need to do that as well to make sure you get all the right analytics and for it to understand your business.
Okay, thank you. I'll add it to my job list.
Anyone else?
I've got something that it annoys me, and perhaps it shouldn't, but I'm on Pinterest quite often, searching for knit or crochet things, right? So for example, say I was looking for knitted blankets, and you know what you were saying, thing about the 10 best this or the 10 best that.
Yeah.
So I find a lot of those, you know, the 10 best DK back pattern knitting patterns or whatever, and I thought, oh, that's nice, and the image is like, oh, I really like that. So you click on it and it takes you somewhere where that image isn't there, or if it is, it's at the very, very, very end, and you have to scroll down through loads of adverts, and it really annoys me. Does anybody else have that? It's like advert after advert after advert, you know, and you're trying to see these things, and then quite often when you get to a picture, you think, oh, I do like that one, I'll click on that one, and the click is like a tiny little option somewhere, and then around it there's all this download that. Before you know it, you've gone down a complete rabbit hole and not got what you've wanted.
No.
So people are starting to annoy me on Instagram when they on Pinterest when they do that. That was just
So
what I wanted to say.
you see the pin, you click on it, so it takes you off Pinterest into presumably this person's website, and
I think
but not to the thing you actually want in.
yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's, yeah, I don't know how to do that.
No.
Well, I don't know if you can report them or something like that.
I don't know. I'm finding it a lot lately though.
I
find that, Carol. I find I'm disappointed with it. Whenever I look for anything on Pinterest, they sell a lot. They sound like it's going to be amazing, like the 10 best, you know.
Yeah.
And then you get there, and the content is often quite rubbish. It's almost like they've known to pull you in with the bait.
Yeah.
A lot of people seem to do that with the bait clicking, and then you get there, and it's really disappointing.
Yeah.
That's
I find that quite a bit, which I find frustrating. But the other thing is, on Pinterest, well, Sarah, you know, we're always putting up my own stuff, aren't we? Whereas a lot of these things are just from elsewhere, grabbed and put together, and you know.
Yeah, I think, you know, that, I mean, that's giving people a poor experience. So you know, you think if you're running your own Pinterest or running someone else's Pinterest account, you know, you want it to be high quality. So, you know, we're doing all the right things. It's always going to, you know, what we said it would go to.
Yeah.
And, you know,
we're doing it the right way, but there's lots of people out there who are just, I don't
it's
know
just
why.
all about, is it like you said, it's all about clickbait and driving traffic, but I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, and I
find it frustrating. I mean, I love looking for things on Pinterest because there's always going to be something I'll find. But I am getting a bit frustrated lately with clicking on things and then finding that was nowhere near what I was really looking for.
Yeah,
but
I don't know how you.
It's the way of the world, I guess.
Yeah, it's just people. Sounds like people exploiting it to take traffic to the website.
And I'm a bit worried that that's getting more and more. You know, like Twitter went all horrible. I hope Pinterest doesn't go all sort of.
Yeah, I don't know what sort of validation. I mean, there is some validation that you know, your keywords, you get more impressions if, say, your URL's got some of the keywords in it.
Yeah,
things like that. You know, so Pinterest must have found that, but maybe people have got so many ads on it. The other thing is, if you've got cookie options when you go onto that person's website, then, you know, if you look at them and untick marketing, then a lot of the ads would just be a blank box.
Yeah, I must do that more. I usually just accept everything, which is a bit silly, really.
Okay. Yeah. So try that. And also, you know, not everyone in the world's GDPR compliant. There's a lot of, I was speaking to someone in Canada recently, and she's going, "Oh, I don't need to be."
Especially
GDPR
in America, I found.
Yeah, they're getting stricter for California and stuff. But but I will ask.
No, it's just interesting. If I was just interested if anybody else was had been frustrated by that sort of thing before, but I love it. I'm not going to stop using it.
Yeah, I mean, it's useful for, you know, the visual side of things, putting things together, and
and to answer a bit of Karen's, I've got 2 accounts, haven't I? I've got a business and a personal.
Yeah, you've got. So you can, you can create. you can either create a completely separate business account with a new login, or you can create a business account off your personal account.
Yeah, I think that's what I've got.
And
Because I can get into either.
Yeah, there used to be problems on Chrome with that.
Okay.
But I think they've resolved it now. But I separated mine out, so mine is separate.
Completely
but you can
separate. Okay.
Yeah, kind of a business under your personal one as well.
Okay. Cool. Any more questions?
So
No.
who's planning to use Pinterest for their business? That's good. And this
I will
Thanks,
now
Paula.
know more about it. Now I understand I should a bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paula told me I should, but I haven't got through the Facebook module yet. So I haven't got round to the Pinterest bit, but now I really see why and how.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a bit like, I would say, think of it as throwing up lots of leaflets into the air. You know, you just go, got 7 different copies of this, and just see, you know, some people won't look at some of them, and sometimes it just decides that something's really popular. And if you put video tutorials on, they can be really popular as well.
But it's not just about me pinning things I like, and it's not about sharing what I've put on Instagram necessarily.
No,
it's
you can
being specific to Pinterest. And now I've seen what you did with those 7 images. I can do that.
Yeah,
that's great. Yeah,
move things around. Or you can create your own little templates. You can people sell templates for Pinterest to make life a bit easier. So it's all about, you know, you should be using for your business. You need to think about how you're going to drive traffic to your website, basically. It's all about that. And if you've got products, that's good. You know, it's also sort of having enough content to keep things varied enough on Pinterest as well. So adding blogs, I was going to say, you can always reuse your Instagram content. You just might too. So if you're doing videos in portrait on Pinterest, obviously that's quite easy if you save it before. It's best not to have the Instagram logo or TikTok logo, whatever, but you know, you can, if you can do the video, then save it. And I don't tend to use my phone for uploading videos to Pinterest, but I think you get more features on the phone app for adding videos, a bit like Instagram. So that's a good idea.
I tell you what, it took me a little while to get into my head as well, and that was like on Instagram and Facebook, if you've got something coming up, you put the date and, you know, join us at whatever. There's no point doing that on Pinterest, is it? There's no point putting anything date related on Pinterest, because it's there forever.
It's all about the long game. So you know, you need to think about what can I do to attract people to my email list. So use your email list to tell them about, you know, up and coming events and offers and things like that that are more timely. But how can you drive people to your website and get to know, like, and trust you? So you know, you can reuse, particularly if you've been doing Instagram and Facebook or LinkedIn for a while. If you're writing quite long captions, you can also you could use some AI or something, but create blogs from your Instagram content and add those. So then you're building up a bank of website pages that people find interesting, and then, you know, send pins to that. But you also need to think about how people are going to search for that, rather than coming up with like a kooky idea for you know, a title on your blog. You need to think about what are people going into search engine optimization now, because they are similar. You know, what are people going to be searching for to find that blog or news page or whatever. The same with products on product pages as well.
Excellent.
I'm sorry, I'm just literally while I was listening to that, I've just been converting my account to a business account, as you do. You might as well do it now while you're on the ball. And I don't really know how to describe my business. which one of these options, because, you know, there's loads of options, and I'm like, well, I don't like any of those. If you put yourself as other, do you automatically just go in the bin? Do you know what I mean?
What is it? A list of what your business
Yeah,
categories and things, is it?
like-
I can't remember.
blogger.
Put yourself in a box and categorize yourself as a business. So it's
Yeah.
they're really horrible on there.
Yeah,
And
I
they don't always, you know. Sarah, what did you put Carol's under? Do you remember?
No, Carol's was already created. I can have a look. Hold
Go on then.
Yeah, because I'm you know, I'm not like a hairdresser.
And crazy mosaic lady or crazy knitting lady isn't one of the options, is it?
No.
No,
No.
no, yarn addict, not in there.
You're a yarn addict, yeah.
No, it's not in there.
I'm
So
not
anything about what you do? What are you doing, Karen? Is it tutorials or
yeah, designing, tech editing, tutorials.
right.
I like to try a bit of everything while I'm deciding what I want to officially do.
So pretty much similar to me.
Serial
Yeah.
entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur, yeah, that's not
Serial entrepreneur.
cereal. It's not even on there. So it's like blogger, consumer or goods product or service, contractor or service provider, creator, influencer, public figure or celebrity, local shop retailer. I'm not one of them. Online retail or marketplace. So I have got an Etsy shop, but that's not just what I'm about.
Yeah.
No,
A
I need-
publisher or media. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. That is an option. I'm not sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see from Carol.
Can't you see what mine is? I don't know what mine is.
No, I don't know where it'd be.
I'd go, I'm not sure, because you're not any of the others.
Business type, creator, influencer, public figure, or celebrity
Oh,
is what
Carol.
Carol's got.
Have I?
There you are.
Well, because you
one of
are a
them.
creator.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, I suppose there's always
She's an influencer. She just doesn't want to admit it.
Yeah.
You
Am
are
I
a
Helen
creator in that you
influencer?
create knitting patterns.
He has influences. I'm going with that one. No, I'm not sure about ads. Right, there we go.
Sorted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
done. Oh, hang on, I've got lots of next things to do. Right, there we go.
Right, well, have fun.
Oh, well done,
Okay.
Karen.
Yeah.
It's good to get things done, isn't it? Otherwise I'll go
Yeah.
to things I've got to do and forget.
Okay.
Okay.
So what's big in the world of Pinterest at the moment, Sarah? What are the trends this year?
Well, there's something called Pinterest Predicts. I haven't checked that. Often
Okay.
it's around fashion, but then if you're doing
Yeah.
crafts and knitting, then maybe there's something about sort of something to do linked to Harry. They give them funny names, like something to do with Harry Styles and being a bit floaty and ruffly and stuff like that. So you know, if you had anything with lace patterns or ruffles or something like that, that was
Yeah,
a
you
trend in
mentioned
the
that.
spring. Let me see if I could have a quick flip through on the old internet.
Lois was talking about that a bit, wasn't she, when she did her colour thing about ideas that are coming up.
If you say Harry Styles cardigan, I'm going to mute you, Sarah.
I wouldn't know what that is.
No, well, you might in a
What, Harry
minute,
Styles or a cardigan?
but
I
they
know.
go together.
No, I only knew about Harry Styles when in the old job where we had to go and stay halfway up the M6. We stayed in Hames Chapel and had these young Italian graduates helping us, trying to help us out. Didn't do much. But anyway, they're going, oh, this is apparently where Harry Styles lives. That's going, where's Harry Styles?
Oh.
That was a few years ago. So there's something called Pinterest Predicts.
Okay.
And you can just Google and yeah, so airy styles, that was it.
Airy fairy styles.
Yeah, I can share it.
How lovely.
Okay.
Now I've lost my Zoom page. Zoom. There you go. It's Pinterest Predicts. So this was done earlier in the year.
Airy styles.
Yeah. So yeah, you can, if you search for Pinterest Predicts.
Two totems.
Yeah, a lot of it's about fashion and stuff like that.
Oh, pool party.
Yes.
All the Lidos opened to dogs yesterday.
Really?
It was dog swimming day yesterday.
Oh, just one day.
Just one day.
Wow.
I think it's something to do with when they clean them out for the year.
Okay.
Oh, right.
They let the dogs in before they do.
Yeah.
Oh,
So some of it's like, like historic homes or something. So if you do vintagey things,
yeah.
people in their golden years.
Interesting.
Rom-com
Yes.
I'm going to be into that.
Going back to the 2000s, can you imagine?
Well, no, I want to go
That's
back to the 1980s, but there you go.
Yeah. So,
Cool.
there's like hair, gender neutral parenting.
What?
Yeah. I suppose if money, things about money and stuff. So if you can help people save money,
But not to help get
build
money.
a business or something like that,
Mm.
travel, spirit,
Raves. Oh
gardening,
God.
yeah. So but
Yeah,
you can
interesting.
sign up. I think you can sign up to kind of get these emails, and Pinterest do webinars and stuff like that if you're a business.
Yeah.
So there's things like that.
Yeah.
And I am planning to get my social media up and running. So I sometimes share Pinterest changes and things like that as well. So you
Yeah.
can always follow me on social media.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah.
Where can we follow you on social media, Sarah?
I am Flow Grow Social on all the usual places.
I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah. Oh, there's the chat gone. Yeah. And then LinkedIn, I'll find my LinkedIn profile. Because it turns out there's so many Sarah Hobbses in the world. There's loads. Like some of the things like proper musicians, not someone who's failed the grade 5 flute, for example. Which I didn't worry too much about. Yeah, that's me on chat. Yeah, and then
Oh, look, I already do follow you. That's all right. Now.
okay, yeah. that's me on LinkedIn. And so you can just message me. I'm Sarah at flowgrowsocial.com as well.
Oh,
So I should have
excellent. Oh, look at that micro makeover. Bob's braids nails. The future says cut them shorter. Oh, I'm so glad about that. I hate long nails. Not that I have them anyway. But there you go.
Yeah. So I can, if you want I'd also offer a 1-to-1. So you can contact me about that. And if you want some Pinterest specific help, that's also available, or help with websites as well. Get in contact and I can see how I can help you.
Excellent. Brilliant. Thank you, Sarah.
That's okay.
Cool.
And I just want to say, I mean, don't be afraid. Although, I really detest Pinterest.
I knew you were going to say that.
Okay. But if you feel like you need to be on a channel for any particular reason, or the exposure is good for you and you just can't wrap your head around it, reach out, because I don't do my own Pinterest, do I, Sarah?
No, I do that
No,
too.
but that doesn't mean that I'm not on Pinterest, okay? Because some things are so important, actually, it's easier just to give it to somebody that really understands it.
Yeah.
I don't.
I agree. Yeah.
Okay. And I will always say to people, be on as many channels as you can, you can be on, okay? Because let's face it, when you Google yourself, okay, you want to be popping up on everything, okay? And if it means that you have to reach out and get somebody that knows what they're doing to be able to do, what would take you 7 hours a week, and Sarah can do it in a lot less time than that, then I think it's perfect. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's all I wanted
Excellent.
to say.
Yeah. Well, Paulie, you could use it to get some interior design ideas for your apartments.
They're done.
Oh, they're done. Okay.
The planning is done. So, yeah.
Yeah.
The bathroom's
Of course
being
it
ordered
is.
tomorrow.
Of course it is.
We're actually now just sort of making the booking site. So, oh, Sarah, so do you reckon that Pinterest is good for like apartment bookings?
It could
It's
be.
very good for visual pictures around here.
Yeah. So you could, I don't know, there probably are properties on there. But I suppose the thing is you need to have lots of different pages, but you create a website and then have different, walks you can do in such and such, and walking,
that would be a
other
good one, yeah.
activities.
Do you not follow her on Facebook?
Yeah, like things.
Yeah.
You know what I've been doing?
She never did this when she was in Slough. She never went anywhere
Yeah.
when she was in Slough.
And there's one of the woods once.
She's out all the time.
I
She's
know.
drinking Irish coffees by the side of the pool, up a mountain, in a restaurant.
Lots
She's
of
living the
restaurants, yeah.
life.
I have to try all the restaurants. Otherwise, when you come here, when you say, I need somewhere nice to go, how am I supposed to advise you?
Swimming pool. Yeah.
The swimming
So
pool
I
is
think
amazing. I would come just for the pool.
Actually, the pool, I was really surprised. But I've not
Yeah.
been swimming yet. We just sent the boys, actually, and I just sat up in the stands, actually, and just watched them. Next time I'm going to get Irish coffee, I will report back on that. What Irish coffee, I can't remember, in a swimming pool. They
At
sell
10 o'clock in the
Irish-
morning. No, oh God.
I wonder how
is
they're
it
going to do that
Irish
powdered
coffee
version.
flavour or real
Probably, yeah. I can't imagine. I mean, actually, I have to say there's probably not real alcohol in it, but it is Poland, so I
Yeah.
Yeah, so it might be worth doing, setting up Pinterest for that.
Okay.
But you can see.
You
maybe
couldn't
have a
do the
look.
specific bookings though, could you?
No, I think we're
No,
no,
just
we can.
Ideas of,
Yeah, but just just so
like you
people
showed
can
me
like.
this morning, places to visit.
Mm,
And write your own
Yeah.
like blog pages or news pages on that, and then have a link to your booking page from there.
Yeah,
mm,
definitely.
Yeah. And
yeah.
you can have a look on Pinterest now to see what people are doing, or ask. It might be some people in Tech Pixies already using Pinterest.
Yeah.
Good,
There's a few have
okay.
got sort of holiday homes, haven't there?
Yeah,
So,
they have. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, see, I was looking at just, free to book because somebody else mentioned free to book from Tech Pixies. But do you know that free to book does every other European language on there as standard, but not Polish?
Oh. Yeah, I'm just trying.
And when I messaged them, they said, oh, but Google Translate's good for that, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, yeah, it's great, but it means that then, kind of all the terms and conditions and everything actually won't be in Polish, it'll be in English. So, free to book is good because it's free, but it's not good if actually you want to, attract to language which is not on their standard, chart thing. So there you go.
Sounds like you need to find some Facebook groups to join.
We've already joined quite a few Facebook groups.
right.
We're in them, but we're also going to, we've now decided, we've just signed up with booking.com. We're going to go booking.com to start with.
Yeah.
We're going to do booking.com.
So it's a bit off. Kaz Martin, she's on Tech Pixies. She's got on all the sites.
I know. And I messaged Kaz a few times and asked her for some help.
Oh, right. Might be a bit busy with 3 boys.
I mean, for about the past 18 months, I've been asking her.
Oh,
so,
dear.
Okay. She's very busy. So anyway, we're going to carry on. So going to carry on.
Excellent.
But booking page is being built, so keep an eye out.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Any more questions? No. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you so much,
Sarah.
Oh, I nearly forgot to say, it's not Pinterest, but Instagram hashtags. Hopefully by the end of the week, I will have my online course launched with a special offer. So I'll let Carol know about that, if that's okay. And you can let
I can put it in our group.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay then, everybody.
Fabulous.
Bye, everyone. Have a
Cool.
lovely day.
Thank you. Bye.